What's up, everybody? It's your boy AD, and I'm here to do the review for Raw, which was yesterday, January 23rd, 2023. This was Raw 30, their 30th anniversary of Raw. I know, right? It's been a long, long time since the beginning. And I will admit that is an amazing feat, though, to have 30 long years. I definitely remember watching Raw when I was a youngster and a kid. I can't say I don't remember that. And to see it still going today, it is something. Um, the headline for the night was Brock Lesnar returns to send a message to Bobby Lashley. So it's like, okay. But I'm going to let y'all know right now that this episode was very theatrical, right? A lot of drama, a lot of theatrics, a lot of intense moments. But at the end of the day, I still don't feel like it was really that great of an episode. I really don't. But y'all, I'm gonna go through it. I'm gonna break it down, and I'm gonna also link my final hour watch along. If y'all want to see my live stream where I watch the final hour of the episode and let y'all know, show y'all my reaction. But let's start it off. The show starts off with Hulk Hogan kicked off the Raw is 30 in spectacular fashion. So Hogan came out first with Jimmy Hart, and that was cool. That was a cool way to start the show. Hogan, I mean, hey, he's still a legend. He's still a superstar. So it was interesting to see him. I don't think the crowd popped as much as maybe what I was expecting or maybe other people were expecting. Like the crowd were popping, but just not like, oh, I was expecting maybe to pop a little bit more for Hogan. But it wasn't bad though. It wasn't bad. It was a nice little intro, man, and Hogan was around, right? It's just something when you think about it, like, man, this man was wrestling in this company at when it started. That was 30 years ago. So 30 years ago, Hogan was there, right? Yeah. So man, he's seen it from the very beginning, basically, and now he's still here today. So that's something. That was definitely a good way to start the show. He didn't come to the ring or nothing though. Sami Zayn stood trial in the tribal court. Now this is when everything goes bonkers. I know. Look, they got to give you two separate pictures, right? Oh man, look. I done got some good rants out yesterday on my live, so I might not be too ranty, but I'm gonna try to break this down the best I can. So they're all in the ring, the whole bloodline. Paul is basically doing all the talking. Yeah, remember when Sammy used to do all the talking? Not anymore. And basically putting Sammy on blast that he's been faking the whole time and working with Kevin Owens the whole time and saying that he ain't really been loyal and real to the bloodline. And now they're putting him on trial for it. And then that's when they pull out some footage showing footage that went back to like all the way back to August of 2022, and it was like a lot of footage of showing Sammy like doing weird things, like him running away from fights, him stunting oddly, stuff like that, him more weird things, him bumping into Roman. So they was like, look at all of it. Even though they did not show everything, like, to be honest, they could have showed more proof and evidence than that. And to be honest, y'all could have showed what recently happened. You could have showed what recently happened in the past 2 weeks. What Sammy has done in the past 2 weeks is some of the worst stuff he has ever done because he's not fighting this dude. He's not showing real loyalty. He's acting funny with this Kevin Owens guy, and it's the truth. But Kevin Owens is running around beating up the whole squad, which I don't like either. That don't make any sense. Kevin Owens, someone who was a mid carder, barely not doing that much, magically is strong enough to take out the top people who actually have the championships, and then Study come in and beat them up alone. That is so whack. That's not even fun. It's not even interesting because it's Kevin Owens. But they keep doing that and keep trying to hype up this fight. I know it's not even really good, but so after that, Roman got pissed off and he was finna. He told Solo to just do him in. He basically is done with Sammy. He's like, get him. Solo, which was crazy, man. When he said Solo, it's like everything got quiet. He's Solo. And then Solo got up, he went over there, and he was finna put the spike in him, and while Sammy was sitting in the chair, and then as soon as he was finna hit him, Jey Uso comes out of nowhere and stops him from hitting Sammy. Oh my goodness. I am shaking my head right now, guys. And then he like, look at my little footage. And then he starts showing all the little times when Sammy helped and all of that, as if that trumps what he's really been doing. And then using that as a way to say, oh, he's actually is honorary. He could be with us. He helps. But the whole time, see, this is why it's so stupid, and then why I don't like this is because you're always making the Usos look bad and the Bloodline look bad, and you're always making a fool out of them. And they didn't always used to be like this, but for the past 3 or 4 months, the Bloodline has been getting embarrassed. Pretty much all of them, except Solo. He like the only one that don't get clowned like that. And but I mean, I'm just keeping it real, man, because it's so obvious. I mean, like I said, so Kevin Owens could just destroy y'all. If that ain't burial, I don't know what burial is. I don't care if he's sneaking and you see they setting y'all up perfectly so where you do fall to him and making y'all do goofy stuff that you normally wouldn't do. Like in this situation, why would Jey help Sammy when Sammy was always up Roman's butt and everybody else's butt? He was even clicking up with Jimmy more than Jey on purpose, just because he knew that he wasn't cool with him. Just that's what phony people do. They start clicking up with your friends and stuff because they know they ain't cool with you to try to make you look bad, and that makes your friends or whoever family look bad too because they should care, and that's what he's doing. And he's been doing it, and it's proof of it. I mean, it's proof. This guy won a match clearly because of Jey and then lied about it. I mean, it's so many things that Sammy done wrong. He done ran away from fights. He didn't give a damn. All them times when Jey was getting accused and stuff and looking bad, Sammy ain't give a shit because he wanted to get the clout. So it's so stupid for Jey to come out and stop. It's so dumb for him to come out and stop that. Like, dude, you were the one who was getting the most criticized and accused when you were doing nothing but telling the truth and speaking how you feel the whole time. So obviously this would be your payback against the one who's been sneaking and doing y'all wrong. But here we go where the storytelling, like I said, is so bad. And it's so clear that they only want to put certain people up that they'll just make them do something stupid. All right, let's just make Jey save him when he he really shouldn't. That's why it's annoying, because it's like, here we go where they just don't get no credit. No real truth comes out about Sammy. Even when you see the truth, you still don't want to acknowledge the truth, which I find to be really bad too. They literally showed you all the stuff that he did or some of the stuff he did, and y'all still can't see past that. And again, they didn't even show what happened the last 2 weeks. Like, come on, y'all could have brung that up about how he wasn't really fighting and how he came in all slow, like on the last SmackDown. He's late to help in the fight. Why was he the last person coming in? Why wasn't he with the people? Like, see? So after all of that, what Jey did, that's when Roman was like, okay, I'll give you another chance. Like, here we go. He's giving them another chance. We're going down the same road again, right? Like, bad things haven't been happening already. And he was like, yeah, he wanted him to do something in the match, I guess, go with the Usos in this match. And then he said he don't want to see him again until a Royal Rumble. So, that might add into some more drama. And honestly, I don't think Roman and Jey made the right decision. I think y'all should have just offed them, get them out, get them out the group. And just go on about y'all business, Sami Zayn was doing nothing before. I mean, Sami Zayn was literally doing comical matches in the mid-card before he started clout chasing the Bloodline. And now, he's like a fan favorite now when he did nothing but clout chase and then see the Bloodline get buried at the same time. Like, just imagine if the Bloodline was getting pushed as strongly as Sami Zayn at the moment. Sami Zayn he'll be just like normal, where they'll be more into the Bloodline. But see, they're not pushing the Bloodline like that. They're pushing them, but they're constantly making them look bad and look negative and get beat up. So where you don't think of them as strong and as powerful. See, that's what's hurting the image, and that's what's boosting Sami up. But the sad part is he's not doing anything really right or real. That's why in the long run, he's gonna turn on people. This is why I want to see what reactions happen, because people are gonna act real funny when Sammy turn. Like, even though everything that Sammy has been doing has not been that great and been pretty clout chasing and goofy, I still got that feeling that once Sammy turn, which he's probably gonna do in Snake, which he's been doing, and once it really gets official and he really clicks up with Kevin or someone or whoever, watch the crowd still be cheering him like he ain't do nothing and everything he did was right, and be like he's a badass. They're already kind of doing that now, which again makes no sense. I know I spent a lot of time talking about this, but this was a big moment. This was like the biggest moment in the episode. This took like the first 30 minutes of the show after the Hogan thing, and it was like the biggest moment, to be honest. But it was still annoying as hell. But let's move on. Then it was a match after that. Then now we get to the Usos tag match, titles on the line. And this match, it went how you would expect it to go. I noticed that Dominic was being used more than Finn. I don't know if they still saying Finn is hurt, but they've been using Dominic a lot more. I guess that's just an excuse to use him. They've been trying to boost him ever since they been changing his whole gimmick. And they've been slowly but surely trying to work him in with this heel role. And they starting to do it a little bit more. But this is where it gets goofy. And then it gets goofy again. So Jimmy ends up getting hurt during the fight. And then Adam Pearce, so they was finna walk off, and the match was, I guess, finna end. And then Adam Pearce comes out of nowhere and says, yeah, if you forfeit the match, you forfeit the title. So here we go. I've never heard this rule. Let me know if y'all heard this. I've never heard if you get injured during a match, a title match, you got to forfeit the titles. That don't even make any sense. Just like DQ. So just so people can disqualify themselves in the match, keep the title. But if someone gets hurt or injured during the match, they lose the title. So like, this is what I'm saying, like where y'all be putting them down. So here we go. Let's come up with some rule and be so aggressive towards them like they're the bad guys, even though clearly Jimmy is hurt. Oh, but nah, let's say this. And then here goes Sammy. Oh, well, I'll take his spot. Here we go, clout chasing. I'll take his spot. And now Adam Pearce breaks the rules again by saying, okay, well, you could compete in this title match. That don't even make no damn sense. So if you get hurt and you can't compete, you'll lose it. But then someone who's not even has the title, it can just come in and take your place. That's what pisses me off. And guess what happened in the match? Sami Zayn got all the fucking attention and all the credit. Everything now was all on Sami Zayn looking good. They keep pulling this stuff with y'all, and people just be eating it up, loving it, and not caring about what's happening to the other people. It's like y'all care so much about Sami Zayn getting phony clout and stealing clout, but you don't care about these people who work so hard to get what they at, and now they clearly getting clowned out of nowhere every damn week, and you see they don't even care. Like, I care about the Usos and the Bloodline getting treated like this. That's messed up to me. Like, come on. Oh, now Jimmy is injured. Oh, but you won't see Dakota Kai and Io Sky get injured. I bet you won't see this happen to them. And I bet you won't see Adam Pearce come out there and be like, yeah, Looney Tunes, you gonna lose your titles. Nah. And what happened tonight was kind of a good example of how they can get away with shit, but other people can't. Nah, you got to do this. Oh, Sami Zayn, you could do it. And yes, Sami Zayn got all the fucking attention. And he ended up doing the 3D at the end, which is the Usos finishing move. And now here he goes, still in the move, getting all the clout. Lame. This is dumb. This is so dumb. So dumb. It was basically damn near a whole hour just to give Sami Zayn attention. That sucks. That sucks. They won the match though, but still don't know what's gonna happen in the future. Like, is Jimmy gone? Is he gonna come back? We'll see. All right, let me try to speed this up. The Undertaker and Bray Wyatt disposed of LA Knight. So, but there's so many parts I didn't like, man. See, I'm like lowering the rating in my head now because I didn't like this part either. I like the fact that the Undertaker came out. I love the Undertaker. But I didn't like how you put him on the same level as Bray Wyatt, and then you made him do his American Badass theme just so we wouldn't get that image in our heads of, oh man, this the Undertaker. Even when the music first hit when he came out, it was the old theme. So everybody like, oh snap, This finna be the creepy Undertaker. Nope. It instantly went into the American Badass theme instantly, and then he rolled up, finna choke slam LA Knight. Bray Wyatt comes out. He says something in his ear. He hits him with his sister. Right, he's Sister Abigail's LA Knight. And then Undertaker says something in his ear and then walks off. So basically, it's like he like passing the torch down to Bray, which I just don't like at all. And then making him do the badass theme at the same time. Again, good to see the Undertaker, but I don't like this whole feud at all. And I don't like how it's like you're putting Bray on the same level as the Undertaker. All right, then we had Becky Lynch and Bayley steel cage match, and again, the match held my interest because, as you can see, a lot of stuff was happening, but it isn't good to me in my book to make me feel like it was a great show. Like, I mean, even with this, so it was supposed to be a steel cage match between Becky and Bayley. So what happens? The Looney Tunes, Dakota Kai, Io Sky get to jumping on Becky before she even gets in the ring, y'all. And they're just out there beating her up. And here we go. Nobody finna stop them from doing what they're doing. They just beating them up, beating Becky up. And then Becky start fighting back. She was getting them. And then that's when Bayley kicked the cage in her face. And then they just dragged her into the cage, locked her in the cage. And then all three of them just got the jumping on Becky. And again, ever since this damn Damage Control been around, they've been another obvious favorites who clearly keep getting pushes. Yeah, they take little losses here and there, but overall, at the end of the day, Bayley still being some of the top female matches, and Dakota Kai and Io Sky always stay with them titles, no matter what. And they're always like on every episode being seen doing something, and you see a lot of times they get the upper hand on people, like tonight. They just beat her up, man. And then Adam Pearce was coming in trying to break the cage to get in to try to stop him, break the lock. And then eventually he broke the lock. And then as soon as he broke the lock and they ran in, all three of them just ran up the cage and sat on top of the cage flexing. I'm not even joking. They didn't even fully run out of the cage. They just ran to the top, sat on the top, and just started flexing. And then it ended like that. And then that was it. So the Looney Tunes and Bayley can destroy a whole match and they don't get in trouble. They don't get nothing happens to them, nothing. Now, I see there's rumors out here saying that the match was cut short because the bloodline bit was too long. I don't believe that a single bit. I think this was the plan from the very get-go. I mean, there was no titles on the line or nothing. So this match wasn't really that important. It was just a little hype, because it's Becky, Bayley, Steel Cage. So it's a little hype, but ain't that much importance to it. The bloodline stuff was clearly, all of that went exactly how they wanted it. They put that time into that because that's one of their main things. I don't think they overdid that at all. It went exactly how it was supposed to go. And this match, this clearly was how the match was. Like, I don't think like they rushed it. No, that's what they wanted. They wanted Becky to get beat up and embarrassed. I mean, Damage Control, this is what they do. And lately, Becky been taking a step back lately. Let's be honest. She ain't been having the title. She done took a step back. She be getting some wins in, but she been taking some losses. They ain't been pushing Becky super strong like how since she had the title. For real. So, yeah. Then DX and Kurt Angle squared off with Imperium. All right, so I know this is getting a little long, but a lot of stuff happened, but I'm trying to get through this. DX came out pretty much doing the same stuff they did a few months ago when they did the reunion. We're DX, saying a lot of the old DX stuff with Kurt Angle. Imperium shows up. Gunther, for some reason, just wants to just fight the DX. This makes no sense. Why is Imperium out here, just again, making no sense at all? And then they're all like, oh, I'm too old. Oh, I'm retired. Oh, we're not going to fight you. Da, 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 da. Then they say, oh, no, we got someone to fight you. I wish someone was here. Then Seth Rollins come out, and then the Street Profits come out. And then it turns into a 3-on-3 tag match between Seth Rollins and the Street Profits. And you already know who won. Obviously, Seth and them group was on win. And I feel obviously Seth was the leader in that 3-man group. And obviously Seth got the win and got all the credit. It's the same shit. Like, come on. Like, oh, all the credit goes to Seth Rollins. Everything goes to Seth Rollins. You see, even when Seth doesn't have the title, he still gets treated like he does have the title, as you can see. Boring match. Not really that entertaining. Not really a good segment like that. Not really. But yeah, and they won, which is, come on, like Gunther and them would beat them with all them, and they were back clearly with Seth Rollins and clearly being backed by the DX now, obviously. Okay, then Sonya Deville. This is when I start watching live. Sonya Deville, like, doing my live. Sonya Deville interrupted Charlotte Flair and Bianca Belair. So first, Charlotte came out, got all the attention on Raw, even though it's Bianca's show. Then Bianca comes out, starts saying what's true. Like, hey, what you out here? This supposed to be my show. I should be getting the attention, which is true, which is what the hell I've been saying for I don't know how damn long. They was acting like they was finna talk a little smack, but then Sonya ends up coming out, and then Charlotte's like, hey, can you handle my lightweight, and can you fight Sonya for me, basically? And then it ended up turning into a match between Sonya and Bianca. A boring ass match that was longer than what it needed to be, and Bianca ended up winning clean KOD. Now, why this was so bad is because, again, the Sonya feud with Charlotte is stale. Charlotte already beat her. Sonya is very low ranked. We know Sonya's not going to beat her, just like we know Kevin Owens is not going to beat Roman. You come on. And, I mean, Sonya has always been, like, lower card. And then you're going to have a fight Bianca. Like, that's supposed to mean something. Now Bianca beats her clean. Looks all right, which was okay. For once, y'all don't have Bianca look that bad. But still making her handle people's lightweight. But doing all of that, But at the end of the day, then why is Sonya still fighting Charlotte? Like, that kind of messes that up, too. It's like Sonya obviously is a very weak link. So why even just keep this going with Sonya? Can y'all give this title opportunity to someone else to do? Because Sonya was just really just not good. Y'all was better off doing Raquel. But, yep, that was the end of that. And then Alexa, right. And then at the end, Alexa showed up, right, on the Titantron, basically letting everybody know that she's going to try to take this title away from Bianca. I'm not sure yet if she will, because we still got WrestleMania coming up. But no, man. Yeah, they really have been Alexa. But I mean, they've been kind of in this whole thing with Bianca too. She'll be getting beat up, looking bad all week long, but then she ends up winning one. The main one. I don't know. I'm gonna think more about this one coming soon. So I'll let y'all know about my predictions, and don't forget to check out my Royal Rumble live stream. Kevin Owens stunners The Miz twice. Yeah, this was boring. This was goofy. Here we go again. Now let's give a whole bunch of clout and rank to KO. Y'all already been having KO look pushed like no other. Now let's just have The Miz come out and have talk for a minute and have Kevin Owens stunner him twice and talk his mess to the bloodline and leave. So what? I mean, such a poor thrown together quick segment just to make KO look good. And again, it's just the same old stuff. Miz always be getting embarrassed, and KO has been getting pushed super hard for like the past month or so. Nothing great, nothing. And you get tired of seeing people like The Miz and other people get beat down for a KO. All right, made it to the end. Brock Lesnar made his earth-shattering return. Austin Theory defeats Bobby Lashley to retain the United States title in a no disqualification match. Didn't really like this either. Honestly, I didn't. I didn't really like this. The match was good. The match was entertaining, but I didn't like the ending. All of a sudden, Brock Lesnar comes out of nowhere in like the final 2 minutes, and then and it happened when both of them were like on the ground laid out, and then Brock comes in the ring, F5's Lashley, and then picks Theory up and F5's Theory on top of Lashley, and Theory wins, keeps the title. Now, I knew Theory was going to win, though. I was saying it the whole time before it happened. I was saying it, and y'all see, I was right. I was like, man, Theory is definitely going to win this. Something's going to happen to where Bobby loses because they're going to want to keep that Theory-Seth feud. That Seth-Theory feud is not over. They're going to bring Seth back to take that title back from Theory. They just already explained why they gave Theory the title to begin with. So, Yes, and that's fucked up. Like, why does Brock can't find nothing else to do? Why does he just come out of nowhere and just sneak people? Like, come on, you supposed to be Brock, but you just popping out, picking fights with people who clearly went in the middle of a match. And when did this match become a no DQ match? It's just out of nowhere. It was like no disqualification. I never really heard about that. So Brock was allowed to come in the ring and do all of that, and the match still went. And I mean, come on, Brock should not be able to come in and just F5 someone on top of him and they win like that, and nobody gets penalized or nothing. Nothing happens. I mean, I don't know, man. This is just, I mean, you got to stick more to the rules, you know. Like, it's just like, and then you see how it was too. You just had the F5 theory on Bobby. You just couldn't do something weird like, oh, or something like whoa, Bobby get F5 on Theory, lose the title, do something crazy, bring that back, bring Hurt Business back, do something. Nah, we just gonna F5 Bobby on Theory so Theory just can keep his title for a little longer to keep it warm for Seth. I'm gonna give this episode a 2 out of 5. That's my rating. This was a intense episode. I still think people should watch it and go watch it, but did I enjoy it like that? No. The only reason why you got a 2 out of me is because it was, it had a lot going on. It was theatrical, but at the end of the day, it just wasn't really a good episode to me. So I hope y'all enjoyed this. Thanks a lot, guys. Hit that like button, comment, subscribe. Let me know what's up, and I'm going to talk to y'all later. Peace out.